Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, right in Southeast Asia. You are highly welcome to this very special edition, a day after our game against Wolves. It ended last night, Chelsea 3, Wolves 1. Even the one goal, for those of you who watched the first video, if you have not watched the first video, you can go back for my post-match reaction. Oh yes, it was evidently clear that another error from our goalkeeper caused that one goal that we conceded. So it simply means that Chelsea cannot play a game without conceding. We can't have a clean sheet for once. Oh no, let me hear from you. When was the last time Chelsea played a game and had a clean sheet? Clean sheet that we can say, okay, we played this game, we won 3-0, 4-0, even 1-0, 1, and not conceding. When was the last time? It's appalling to know that our club, our team right now, anytime we are going into a game, we will be on a tentacle. We will be on a tentacle. Why? How? Each time we are going to go into a game, Chelsea fans have to be on a tentacle. Means that anytime, at any given time, we could concede. At any given time, we could concede. I mean, as in how? Sanchez error. Instead of pointing, he tried to look. There are some basic errors that you don't expect from our goalkeeper to be making. But nonetheless, I want to talk about a few things. We will later on analyze the game in full because on Sunday, our next game is against Man City. And against Man City, we cannot afford to make the errors we made against Wolves. First and foremost, Chelsea urgently need to recall a midfielder. We urgently need to recall a midfielder. Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia are not available versus City. That, for now, according to the statement from our head coach, he's not sure when they're going to come back. He's not sure the extent of their injury. And there is no time frame for their return yet. Only a matter of time before Caicedo gets a serious injury. Unless we act now. Unless we act now. We have it. We have Ugochukwu and we have Andrew Santos. Chelsea need to recall, if not the two, then at least one. Because even when I was expecting our head coach to make use of Casadai, at least for us to see his, he did not. Now we're going to go into a game like yesterday. Could you imagine that on our bench, there was no single midfielder on our bench? Going into the game yesterday against Wolves, there was no single midfielder. In exception of, okay, Renato Viega, that can play multiple positions. That can play as a DM sometimes. There was no single midfielder. And I was like, okay, in that case, don't we have academy players? Or we've not seen any academy player that can fit into our midfield, DM role or anything. In case, it is what it is. But for me personally, Chelsea need to make a recall. Unless there is no clause of a break. But I understand most of this loan moves, there's always a clause for recalling. There's always a clause for a break, mostly, unless Chelsea did not do the right thing. Well, our next game is against Man City. And Man City right now, with Pep Guardiola, all the anger in him with his divorce case, it finally settled. Whatever it is, he's now focused. And we saw it 6 goals in their last game. We can't afford to make the errors we made. Look at the tackle of Trevor Chalobah. Otherwise, Wolves would have scored another goal. If not for that timely clearance by Trevor Chalobah against Wolves, it would have been a different story. Now, Pedro Neto there is something that I observe when I look at the player statistics in the game against Wolves. Dear friend, I'm wondering, Pedro Neto versus Wolves, shot on target 0. That is not even my problem because he's not the kind of player that gives, that shoots from. Shot off target 0. Now, this is where my worry is. This is where my worry is. Dribble attempt 0. 0 dribbles. Ground duels won 0. Area duels won 0. Tackles 0. Fouls committed 0. Fouls suffered 0. No, come to think of it. Fouls committed 0. Fouls suffered. That means that the ball was not even at your feet. Because it is only when you have the ball at your feet as an attacking player, when you have the opposition defender, the opposite defender will always be on you. So at least there should be a foul suffered. At least there should be a foul suffered. No foul suffered means that he was never tackled. That simply tells you that he never had a ball even on his feet. Oh, come on. What is going on? What is going on? Like I said it in my post-match reaction, that we won 3-1, but it wasn't a convincing win. It wasn't. Even Noni Madueke, in exception of that ball that he tapped in, there was nothing extraordinary in his play. There was nothing extraordinary. The first 30 minutes of the game looks like, yes, we were playing like a team that can actually match up with any team in the Premier League. After the 30 minutes, we drop off. And coming back from in the second half, many have said that second half was an improvement. Maybe because we scored 2 goals. But I don't see that way. The intensity wasn't there. The performance dropped. We were just lucky to have, would I say lucky? For me, our goals were more or less, will I say a cheap goal? We won. Yes, fair play. 3 points. That's the most important. We are back to Champions League position. 4th position. Agreed. But you see, it is the reason why we need to look into our midfield. The engine room of the play. The engine room. Lavia's injury is worse than Enzo's own, according to what we are hearing. Romeo Lavia's injury. Now, Romeo Lavia was out for how many weeks? He came back. First game he played, 56 minutes. He's out again. Lavia's injury, we understand, is worse than Enzo's, and both will likely miss City game. I've had enough. I've had enough. We need a midfielder that can step in right away and fill the gap. We can't go on like this, dear friends. He started 10 games in 18 months. And all the 10 games, none, 90 minutes. 90 minutes. Are you with me? I'll be going on I have some shout outs here to give you, so don't go anywhere. It's been a while. And I'll dedicate Odunayo for it. I think I'll be giving Odunayo like 2 minutes on his message, a long message. I'll make sure, as we have the time for me and this channel and for my audience, and write such a long, I'll also give you that time. Yes, I appreciate you, Odunayo, or you're from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. Now, we are in the transfer market once again. And what amazes me most, to my surprise, Chelsea doesn't seem to be looking at the right profile of players to my liking. I know I'm not the sporting director, but what Chelsea need currently, we are not looking at that direction. Chelsea had new contact with Alejandro Garnacho on Monday, yesterday. He is a top target, we understand. And the asking price from Manchester United is 59 million pounds. If we are to buy a 59 million pounds player from United, we can't keep him on a bench. We spent so much on Modric, and Modric has been on the bench. Are we making, aren't we learning from our mistakes? 59 million pound player. And then just to keep, because right now, Sancho is right there. Tariq George is right there for the same position. Even Pedro Neto can play on the left side as well. So we are going to be buying. Is it that Garnacho is ahead of Sancho? What I thought we have another thing. We have something else in mind. I know. Alejandro Garnacho has a market. How do you call it? Business-wise, image right. Yes, his image right is high in terms of business, sponsorship deals. Image right. He has that image right and sponsorship deals. Oh, Garnacho. You understand it? So is it marketing strategy or what? Look, it's going to be a great loss. And just, you know why? I'm happy for one thing. I'm happy for this. Napoli continue to push for Garnacho as we talk. Napoli, yes, Napoli is in the move. Napoli is in the move right now as we speak. And it's been driven, their move is being driven by Antonio Conte. Conte wants him at Napoli badly. 2 offers placed to date and closer to Man United valuation now. I'm happy about it. He can go to Napoli in Italy. But my club Chelsea, I don't think we have Sancho. We got him cheap. When we were negotiating for Sancho, we didn't hear there was an agreement that okay, you are buying Sancho for 25 million, we are giving you 70 million player for 25 million, and then you have to buy another player from us. No. Right now, we've already activated Sancho's clause, and we are paying the 25 million. We got him cheap. Why then go to commit? It's crazy. Look, we sold what's his name? This English player to them for 60 million. Was it 60 or 65 million? So the money they paid to us? United just want to get it back from us, and we are being naive. Chelsea also considering a bid, knowing Manchester United may reluctantly sell at around 70 million euro, which is the 59 million pounds. Garnacho's agent was at Stamford Bridge last night. Interesting few days ahead, dear friends. Interesting few days ahead. Door is open to Garnacho exit in January, this month. Even though the club are not pushing to sell. The club is not pushing to sell. And Ruben Amorim values Garnacho. But then, we know he's not been consistently used. Maybe the player, hey, dear friend, for me, and if you ask 90% of Chelsea fans don't want to see Garnacho in Chelsea. It's as simple as that. After all, he leaks dressing, first 11. By the time the coach would announce his team selection, Garnacho already leaked the information out there to the media. And his agent or his brother will come out speaking nonsense. Dear friends, let me move to some shout-outs. I'm about to run out. Jackson needs to be sold. Even Cole Palmer has said that Jackson is not a good striker and he is a waste of Chelsea. Over 6 matches now, Jackson has not scored even 1 goal. Why did it come back again? Who is the name? Ugwe Kechukum. Ugu Kechukum. Please, I want to know your source of that. Jackson says, Cole Palmer says that Jackson is not what? A good striker. I want to know your source. Please post it here. Let everybody see it. Because 60-70% of Jackson's goals were created by Cole Palmer. Of Cole Palmer's goals were created by Jackson. 60-70% of Cole Palmer's goals were created by Jackson. So I want to know, what's your source? Yeah, what is your source for you to say Cole Palmer says Jackson is not a good striker? Let me know your source, please. Yeah, it will help us on this channel, please. Now, big shout out to you anyway. Thank you for your comment. The next Odunayoyo from Lagos, Nigeria, say Garnacho's agent was spotted in Stamford Bridge yesterday. Yes, so Chelsea are seriously in for him. It is very shameful that we don't prioritize things in order of importance. Exactly so. Exactly so. I was thinking by now, Chelsea would have been, finalizing negotiations with a player like Sesko as a striker. By now, Chelsea should have been finalizing. That is it. That's just a fact. Jackson is out of form. We've seen it. We agree. And for me, I know that no matter the striker that comes in, Jackson will not be on the bench. Jackson will still be in the game. Oh, yes. It will surprise. Maybe Sancho will be on the one on bench. Maybe. Or Noni Madueke. Yes, of course. So, I don't see what our sporting directors and these guys, the least said it better. Now, Odunayo again, let me now read your 3-page letter. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Good days, Salon. I remain Odunayo from Lagos, Nigeria. Well, it is crystal clear that there is no leader in that team that can instill discipline in the team. I have noticed that once they score first, they take their feet off the ball completely. What kind of mentality is that? Well, Maresca needs to urgently reject the team for success, because the back stops at his table as team coach. Thank you. On Chaloba's performance yesterday, well, I am not surprised because I know the kind of player he is. The club hierarchy should bury their heads in shame for taking that unwise step to allow Chaloba leave the club due to pure profit. Trevor Chaloba is an upgrade on all the center backs we have currently. Not even Fofana. See, Selom, let us be honest with ourselves. These current owners are not titles. They are not in for titles, okay? But for profit making. I am even beginning to doubt Thor's claim that he is there to win the club titles. That is why his own mission are different from that of Clearly Capital. Imagine the club going for Garnacho when we have wingers. What would they be doing is to buy players, give them long contract, and sell them if possible in the next transfer window. Robert Sanchez will still be on the goalpost as long as Maresca is at the helm of affair. Jorgensen was bought because of his ability to use feet and building from the back. Why are you benching him? Why are you benching him? You see, thank God that there's somebody out there who is seeing from my spectacle. All right, big shout out to Odunayoyo from Lagos, Nigeria. Chris Williams says, if it were Levi Cowell, Kona would have scored that goal, or Levi would have fouled him and get a red or yellow card. But Chaloba removed the ball, and that means experience matters a lot in the game of football. It looks like all Chelsea fans, we are on the same page this time around. Big shout out to you, Chris. Yes, big. Sadiq Adeleke Salih says, Chelsea have big problem. All our forward cannot score goals since six matches ago, except Palmer. Big shout out to you, Sadiq Adeleke Sadiq. This one says, Victor Osimhen is not moving anywhere, and Garnacho will end up at Napoli. It's better Garnacho goes to Napoli. Oh, this, what's his name? Visus, whatever. I blocked you several times. You always find a way of coming back. Victor Osimhen is not coming to me, right? No problem. No problem. Garnacho going to Napoli. I'll be happy. Chelsea fans will be happy Napoli takes. You are a Napoli fan, I know. You always attack me whenever, for the past almost 1 year plus, whenever I talk about Victor Osimhen. So you'll be hiding yourself. You will not comment. You will not make any statement. But the moment I mention Victor Osimhen, then you appear. Let me know where you are from. Let me know where you are from and where you are hiding. Because I need to grab hold of you. You know. I need to get, anyway, big shout out to you out there. Big shout out to you. Yes. The next one from Frederick Amabi says, your Jackson has nothing to offer. Please stop it. Just Chelsea board that is giving him the chance. Thanks, Frederick Amabe from the Esla State, Nigeria. My Jackson yesterday, I said it that he should score a goal for me. He still did not. But he was in the game. He was in the game, even though the entire team performed poorly. But I will not have much to say. I'm burying my head in shame. I know my Jackson will redeem me. Yes, my Jackson will redeem me. Dear friends, on that note, let me leave you guys. I should be back with more exclusives in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.